With the release of Phase 5 of Classic WoW, it's becoming pretty clear that Classic WoW is coming near its end. And although we still have plenty of time left with a lot more fun to be had, I can't help but think of future content past Vanilla WoW. And although Blizzard has yet to officially announce TBC, the painting is on the wall. So I thought it would be fun to take a quick look at Moonkins In TBC and see the differences from Classic. I did not play Moonkin in TBC, so this is heavily based on research and not from personal experience. I'm also taking a general look at Moonkins, which means I'm not here to look at spreadsheets or go more in depth. With that out of the way, let's just get into it. Starting out, let's take a look at talents, and right off the bat you can see the differences. Now I'm not going to go over every single talent change, but let's look at some of the cooler ones we are going to be getting. We get Lunar Guidance that increases our spell damage and healing by 25% of our total intellect, so this will only help us as the game goes on. We get Dream State that regens mana equal to 10% of our intellect every 5 seconds, even while casting. Wrath of Cenarius lets Starfire gain 20% and Wrath 10% more from our bonus damaging effects. And the talent that makes me very happy, Balance of Power, which gives us 4% hit. We also have Insect Swarm in the balance tree now, and it can be casted in Moonkin form, so we can use this in our rotation now. Speaking of rotation, we can actually change it up if we want in TBC. Instead of doing the old Starfire and occasional Moonfire, we can now use a variety of rotations. Now the most basic bitch one is Moonfire, then Insect Swarm, and then Starfire spam, while keeping the 2 dots up. But you could do a more mana conservative one with just Insect Swarm and Starfire, or you could go all out and say fuck mana and do Moonfire and Wrath spam. It just kinda depends on your situation, and honestly from the videos I've seen, they do mainly stick with the old Moonfire and Starfire, with the occasional Insect Swarm. But as you get better gear and are doing last tier raids, I can see Moonkins pushing damage with Wrath spam instead of doing it with Starfire. And for AoE situations, we still have Hurricane, and that's about it. And as a matter of fact, it's actually worse because TBC adds in a damage cap to AoEing mobs. Hey, at least we can innervate in Moonkin form now, so that's a cool bonus, I guess. Speaking of Moonkin form, it's had some changes. Our buff now gives 5% crit instead of 3% crit, and for some reason they changed the armor value to 400%, and we get 150% attack power based on our level. We also get a chance on melee attacks to regenerate mana based on our attack power. So it seems Blizzard still had a dream of Moonkins being a melee caster type, but it just didn't pan out that way and doesn't really affect how we play. But for all you melee Moonkins out there, this is going to be a huge boost for you guys. So far we have talent changes that really seem like Blizzard saw the issues of Moonkins in Classic and are trying to improve on it. We also have varied rotations with more spells being able to be casted in Moonkin form. So what else is big that I'm missing? Oh, that's right, Moonkin's being tied to tailoring for the Bloodvine set. We simply won't have this issue in TBC, and you can really do what you want. If you want to stay tailoring, then you can pick up some awesome gear such as the Spell Strike set or even the Spellfire set. In leatherworking, we can pick up the Windhawk set, which is across the board strong, and we can also go for Drums of War, which is essentially a bloodlust for your group members. If you go for alchemy, we can get Sorcerer's Alchemist Stone. It's a nice trinket that gives us spell power and a bonus to our potions. Enchanting, we can enchant our own rings to get some more spell power. Engineering gives us some badass goggles and other gadgets, along with mounts if you want. Oh, and it technically gives us potions as well. Point is, we can now delve into other professions without having to be locked into tailoring, which is pretty big. So it really depends on how you want to build your character, and as far as stat priority, it's pretty much the same but with the addition of haste now. Haste simply helps with getting spellcasts to be quicker and getting dots to actually tick faster. So with all this being said, how are Moonkins lining up in TBC? Well, frankly, it's way better than it is in Classic. With raids condensing down to 10 and 25 mans, you'll be able to find a spot fairly easy because of the utility you can bring and the damage you can do. Now, is our damage insane? Not really, but we aren't falling too far behind and can easily hold our own down. But if we were to compare ourselves to Warlocks with the same gear, yes, the Warlocks are going to outdamage us most of the time. But that doesn't mean you should just stack Warlocks and call it good. We have our spots in raids, and TBC helps build on that. As far as PvP, well, I'm not a PvP guy, so I won't say much on the subject, but from what I've seen, the crits only get better. And that was a quick look at Moonkins in TBC. Now I know I can go a lot more in depth and that a lot of information was kind of left out, but I feel that's for another video. As a matter of fact, this is my 4th attempt at this quick look video, and I was able to shorten it quite a bit and really hit the big points. But I still have another video half edited where I literally go over every difference in talents, spells, etc. I simply thought it was more boring and frankly more guidey-like, but if you guys want me to release that one, then I'm more than happy to do so. Just let me know down in the comments below. If you guys liked the video, then leave a like, it really does help me as a content creator, and if you want to see more from me, then hit that sub button. Hope you guys have a good one, and peace.